This video is for actors, screenwriters, any entertainer that's looking to create different forms of content that they can put out that can really expand the breadth of their brand. So I'm gonna show you 3 things that you can do to outsource this stuff to people who already have systems set up, and all you have to do is be the creative director. Check it out.
I set goals and act according. I shut down my timeline to focus on what's important. A piece of fine art aerobic devoted to priorities. Rules were meant to be broken, bent and simply dismantled. As the straw that broke the camel's back, I see the opportunity and take advantage of that. I get a grasp of my daily tasks. I'm an entrepreneur. My flow game is illest to the strictest of connoisseurs.
All right, guys, let's jump right into it. So 3 actions to take when leveraging outsourcing or hiring a freelancer. So first and foremost, the reason that you're going to be hiring a freelancer is that you're wanting to create some derivative content. Generally, what you're doing is you already have a skill set and you're looking to draw from your skill set and actually hire someone to create different forms of media that you don't create personally, right? So you'd outsource this. When it comes to freelancing, there are some different softwares that you can use. The 2 that I generally use are Fiverr and Upwork, but you have a lot of different options when it comes to that. And it's good to know where these resources are. Today, for intent purposes, we're going to talk about Fiverr. I think Fiverr is kind of fun, and when it comes to creating content, it's a great resource because there's a lot of different categories that you can look into. You can dare people to dance to your video or roast you or give you a review or whatever you're thinking. And so we're going to jump a little more into that. I'm going to get a little more specific. If there's 3 things that you should do when hiring a freelancer, the first thing is that you want to consider the element and how the element is going to integrate into your brand. So for example, if you're a comedian, you're already writing jokes, and you have a great sense of humor, I'm assuming. So you might want to look into doing a comic strip or a caricature of yourself or a cartoon animation. And then if you're an actor and you want to start a YouTube channel, you'll want to have an intro where the intro has the same music every time and the same colors, right? So people start to associate these 2 variables with your brand. Something else you can do is like a quirky jingle if you're going to be releasing improv sets that you have or monologues with a comedic undertone. So these are just things to consider that create a sense of familiarity to the people that are engaging with your content. And something else is you can have someone write a review of your performance and maybe do a split screen and they're impersonating you or roasting you. So a lot of different things you can do with that. All right, number 2 is what is the reuse value of this element and how are you going to use it? So first off, more likely than not, you're going to have a budget, right? So $100 for a one-time use. How would you leverage something for a one-time use? I recommend that you use it as a value exchange. So a value exchange is a piece of content that you give to someone in exchange for their email. So that's a great way to leverage a piece of content that you're paying a lot for, that you're proud of, that you think represents your brand. Now, if it's $100 and it's not that, and you feel like you can repurpose it, however, use that for recurring use and maybe have some consistency with that piece of content and post something relevant to that every Thursday or, pick a day of the week. And so with that piece of content, maybe you can associate a blog that you're posting or a monologue that you're posting. Just something that you can use like a YouTube intro that people get familiar with, they can start associating with your brand, and they can expect that consistency from you week in and week out. And number 3 is be able to communicate effectively with the freelancer. So the freelancer doesn't really have any skin in the game, right? They're not part of your business. They're not an employee to your business. They're in it for this one-time payment and then for a good review. So upfront, I would definitely understand how this element is going to integrate into your brand, as mentioned, and then also make sure that you're negotiating for more than one revision. Because if you only have one revision, sometimes their revisions can be lazy if it's outside the template from which they usually work, right? So if you have a level of customization, it's really hard to inspire them or to get them to really put out their best work. So make sure you have those revisions, because in the event that they give you a lazy revision, you don't want to have to settle with that product, especially if it's something that you're paying $100 for and you plan on using this as a email capture piece of content or recurring for all the content that you're going to be posting for the next 3 months. So really consider that and negotiate these up front. All right, so we're going to hop into Fiverr. I'm going to show you some different categories that you can look at that I think would be good for entertainers. So here we go. All right, so we're in Fiverr. This is the home page, and I just want to go through some of the menus. So, if you're looking at graphic design, they have logo design, business cards. For comics, this is what I was thinking of, the portraits and caricatures, cartoons and comics, all right? So if you click on that, you have a bunch of people who offer these services, and I mean, this is pretty cool. For 10 bucks, they'll do something like this. It looks like it's all illustration, but I think you could throw some writing into that. So basically how it works is they'll have an entry price of like $5 to $10, and then as you go up, it goes up in price. But you can look through that and see what maybe you can leverage as or for content. Now the caricatures, I have one saved and I thought that was pretty funny. It would be great for comics. So you can actually, as you find freelancers that you like, you can save their profiles, so then you can just go back to them as needed. So right now we're buying, saved, and I have a bunch of stuff in here. Well, let's go back actually, because that was okay. So this is kind of cool, right? So they have these different draw caricatures of you, and let's click on this one. This was interesting. And so $5, you'll get a caricature drawing from shoulder to head. And so really why this is great is that you're leveraging the services of people around the world, and they're willing to do things at a very reasonable price. And so you can get some good content that you can repurpose and use. You can get a lot out of this for $5, and that's just a standard black and white, but then you have black and white with shading, and the premium would be full color. So $25, you can get something like this, and then you can repurpose that, use it for content that you're posting every day. It's kind of a funny thing, and people will start associating that with your brand. So that's for comics or actors. And then over here, so I told you that people will do impersonations. Like if you're an actor and you're wanting someone to do an impersonation of you, you can do some sort of a weird astrology reading every week. But here's some pranks and stunts. So this is very interesting, all right? And so you can look through this and just see what you can find, but people will do some interesting things on here. So look through this, but I just wanted to show you that category that's under the fun and lifestyle category. So there's a lot of cool categories to look through. You have video animation, so you can do these intros and outros, graphic design, and then if you ever want to get into digital marketing, you can look at that as well. So again, digital marketers, if you're going to hire someone through a service like Fiverr, I would hire them to just take care of some components, as in build you a chatbot or build you a landing page through ClickFunnels or Builderall, instead of hiring them for a digital marketing campaign where they actually create the strategy. Because in that case, you want to hold someone accountable for the actual results that you're getting. There's an analytic aspect that you want to be monitoring. So there's a lot of components when it comes to that. If you have any ideas for video content, go ahead and leave a comment below, and I will definitely consider that and try to create a video around that idea. If you do want to try Fiverr out, message me. I will send you an affiliate link. I'm going to get better at this process, but I will send you an affiliate link so you can use that. It just really helps me out. So if you end up buying anything from Fiverr, I do get a percentage of that. And throughout this process of the videos that I'm going to be posting, I want to be helping you guys really start thinking about affiliate marketing and what you can roll out to start building up your affiliate income through some of these side income sources. That's the idea behind that. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Share the video if you think some of your friends can benefit from the value presented, and look forward to talking to you guys next time.